sick and tired of always dealing with Mewtwo decks? Can't quite defeat the Pikarom, Dark Box, and any other Psychic deck out there? Do you want a deck that could just smash all of those decks, yet not have to pay the amount of money for it? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have your answer, and he's right here.
Tired of paying retail prices for Pokemon TCG? Then go to ccgcastle.com where you can find packs under $3 a piece, as well as Elite Trainer boxes, booster boxes, and more at great prices. Use promo code Evolutionaries-5 and save 5% off your next order.
What's up, guys? And here, welcome back to Evolutionary Gaming, and today I'm going to be profiling for you guys my Gallade deck from Cosmic Eclipse. Now, he's a pretty interesting Pokemon here. He is a Stage 2 Psychic, and his ability, Dual Type, he counts as Fighting and Psychic type, and his attack, Power Cyclone. 2 colors energy, 120, and you move an energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So, how exactly is this going to be defeating all these huge, powerful decks out there? Well, glad you asked, or didn't ask, but I'm answering anyway. But so Gallade, all in all, believe it or not, is not a very overwhelming deck or Pokemon. So its stats are about average at best. But everything is not only in the ability, but the meta we are in right now. So yes, he's kind of a card that kind of solely depends, not solely, but almost solely depends on the format you're in right now. And within the current format we're in, he's covering almost all the right types here with Psychic and Fighting, because so many of the top stuff right now is weak to one of those two things. And the fact that you could dish out the weakness in a Stage 2 one prize attacker, pretty good, especially since we have a couple more cards now to boost Stage 2s even more. So all in all, that is really what makes the Gallade here so good. And of course, we're going to be running the 4 rolls and 2 Curlier to go with it as well. And for other Pokemon here, of course, we are going to be running Jirachi. Now, thanks to the Ultra Necrozma Ballerina decks, this card right here is nowhere near as expensive to get anymore. I've seen these cards go for as low as $7 to $8 a piece now. Still, since you do need a place of it, it does still add up to about 20, 30 something. But that's way better than 30 a piece for one of these guys. So Jirachi is like much more affordable now. So Stellar Wish, you look at your top 5 for any trainer, add it to your hand, and he's asleep. Personal opinion, this or a Green Exploration are the absolute staples for Stage 2 decks. And the reason I didn't go for greens here is because we are running other Pokemon with abilities. And so, as I said, Jirachi the first one. Second one here is Diancie, Sparkle Army for life. Princess's Cheers, as long as this Pokemon is on your bench, your fighting Pokemon attacks do 20 more damage. And as Gallade over here says, he counts as a fighting type. So this gets boosted up to 140. Effectively two-shotting just about everything. So that right there is pretty dang good. And also right here for my final Pokemon, I'm running Oricorio GX. I love this card so much. Anything that revolves around one prize attackers, I feel needs to run this card. It's so good. Dance to the Tribute. Once during a turn before you attack, if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you may draw 3 cards. And no, this ability does not stack, because it specifically says you can't use more than 1 Dance to Tribute ability each turn, which is perfectly fine. Honestly, it'd be pretty busted and a big problem if you were able to use multiple of these in the same turn. But still, this has saved me so many times in games. Now, that's about it for the Pokemon lineup. A lot of people, when it comes to the Gallade deck, like to do the electric version with the Tapu Koko Prism Star to help accelerate the energy a little bit here, which isn't bad. I have nothing bad to say about that version whatsoever, but I prefer to have a slightly more damage boosted build. So that's why I went with this here, and we're going to start off with Martial Arts Dojo. The attacks of non-Ultra Beast Pokemon that have any basic fighting energy attached to it do 10 more damage. So effectively 150. And then, if the attacking player has more prize cards remaining than their opponent, those attacks do 40 more damage instead. So let's say we're falling a little bit behind in the game here. We've got our Gallade out with the Yancey, and we have World Martial Arts Dojo out with a basic energy. That is 180 damage we are doing right then and there. And effectively even one-shotting a good amount of things out there. So really, really good. Plus, as good as the Yancey boost is, it is a Prism Star, so once it's gone, it's gone. So I would like to have other ways to boost my damage as well other than the Yancey. So that's my reasons for doing that. But as I said, if you would prefer the Tapu Koko electric version, nothing bad to say about it. Now, I did originally run 4 martial arts dojos to test it out, but I found a 2-2 split was better, and the other 2 is going to be Shrine of Punishment. Very basic card, you just put 1 damage counter in each GX and or EX during each standby phase of the turn. And yes, I realized I just made a Yu-Gi-Oh reference there. Now, the only thing we have to really suffer with is the Oricorio, but even then it doesn't really affect it too much, so that's not a big issue there. And so we're going to go on with our other trainings here. Great Catcher. I love this card so much. You pitch 2 cards and you get to bring out one of your opponent's bench GX or EX. Really, really good. Absolutely love this card right here. This has gotten me the final knockout for so many games. Gonna be running 4 copies of Mysterious Treasure along with 3 copies of Pokemon Communication. Combination of these 2, we can search literally everything in this deck. Mysterious Treasure searches the majority of this deck too. Like, it searches all the way from the Oricorios to our entire Gallade line. So it's really, really good. 4 rare candy, of course. Got our 3 switch. Support line is pretty simple too. We've got our 4 Cynthia, 3 Lily, 2 copies of Rosa. Now, this is also another card right here. That stage 1, not stage 1. 1 prize attackers really need to take advantage of. This card's amazing. So you play this card when one of your Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's last turn. You search your deck for a Pokemon, a trainer, and a basic energy. Like, that's almost like the teammates that we had back in Primal Clash, but in a way it's better because you're searching 3 cards instead of 2. Yes, they have to be specific, but it's literally every type. You search one of every type of card. Minus special energy, of course, but that's not important. But what's important is that this card is amazing. And I'm honestly severely thinking about upping this to a 3 count. I wouldn't necessarily make this a 4 of, mainly because I don't want the clog in a hand, but 2 seems to be okay. As I said, I am debating on 3. So we have a skateboard here, of course, to help retreat our Jirachi along with our switch. We get to run Spell Tag in the deck, guys. So when the second Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out, for those of you who don't know, you get to put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. So having all the boosted damage plus a Spell Tag to spread around afterwards, we're gonna be knocking out everything. Like, nothing's gonna stand in our way. And I am running the 4 basic fighting energy for our martial arts dojo, and I'm also running 4 copies of draw energy. Now, when I first saw this card, I didn't really think too much of it. You just attach this card to a Pokemon, and when you do, you get to draw a card. I didn't really think much of it. But in this deck, it's actually a really good card. And I really do like it, so... Alright guys, that does it for the deck profile here. Now we're going to get into some battles so I can show you guys just how powerful he is. First match of the day, guys. And that looks like a doozy. Could be a Whimsicott? Oh no, all those typings could be a Lost March. Could very well be a Lost March. And this is actually one of the first mulligans I've taken in quite a while with this deck. So that's interesting. But no, yeah, when I think about it, I'm almost positive this is a Lost March variant. And we start off with Jirachi. I don't know if I want to bench the Oricorio yet. It was tempting, but I don't want him to get an easy knockout. Okay, yes, I was right. This is a Lost March. Now, Lost March did get a bunch of new cards added to it as well. Power Plants? Okay, yeah, Oricorio is not going to be too good for us then. I mean, don't get me wrong, Oricorio is always good. But we want to keep our element of surprise, well, not surprise, but our 1 prize attacking element here with the 1 prize attackers. And the Oricorio is just going to kind of mess that up for us. Right. I guess I'll go ahead and bench him. Stellar Wish. Go for Mysterious Treasure. We'll go ahead, Mysterious Treasure, away a Rare Candy. And we got 2 more in the deck, 1 in hand, we're fine. Go ahead and get another Ralts. And we'll go ahead and Lily for 6. Ooh. It's quite the hand here. I'm actually going to wait till next turn to put down the dojo. And we'll just pass. Apologies for that. Alright, so now he's got his Skip Bloom. He can go straight to his Jump Bluff now. So adding 2 Pokemon to the Lost Zone right away. This is going to be an interesting match. A match I have to be careful with because I can definitely one-shot everything he has. But since he has attackers like Natu, he can one-shot everything I have a lot easier. Which I mean, Lost Box can one-shot anything eventually. But... oh. Okay. That was interesting. Okay, so our real first game is gonna start now. And that was a Fire Colorless. Could be a Reshizard. Could be Charizard Breaks In. Could be Silvally Volcarona. Could be quite a few things. Whirny Poo. Whirny the Poo. That. Okay. I have commented many times how much I love some of these PTCGO names. And this is definitely one of them. Alright, we both mulligan here. Good. I mulliganed multiple times though. You turn Lord. I think this is a Silvally Volcarona. Or at least a Volcarona deck for sure. So was it 2 mulligans? Okay, but I got a decent start. Entei. Okay. Each player discards the top card of the deck. Discard the 60 move damage for each energy card discarded this way. Was not expecting that, if I'm being honest. Stellar Wish, but then again, this is PTCGO, so really, I don't know what to expect. Go ahead, Cynthia. Let's get everything set up here. Let's go for a Diancie. Go ahead and retreat to our other Jirachi. We'll use that Stellar Wish. We'll go for the Cynthia. And we are done. So this is interesting. I was not expecting an Entei. So he could definitely do... Actually, he does 210. He does 200 exactly with Eruption, given the right circumstance. So he burns us, and we're still asleep. Alright. Did not get exactly what we needed. Let's go for a draw energy. And we'll just have to go ahead and Cynthia. Rare Candy. Okay, cool. We get Rare Candy straight to the Gallade. And done. Lose our Jirachi though. That's alright, because we got another. So is it just one Entei and just straight Eruption? Oh no, because we saw the colorless type there too. Okay, so it's an Entei Charizard deck. This must just be like his one tech that he ended up just stuck with. It's the only thing I could think of. Alright, so we're definitely going to get a Gallade out this turn. Play that. Okay, good. Basic energy. I love the Rosa card so much. It is so good. Go ahead, attach, bench, and we'll go ahead Power Cyclone for 180. Didn't even need to do that much, but we did it. We did the 180. That would have one shot to kill the OGX right there. Now, if it's the Charizard from Team Up that I'm thinking, then this could actually be a problem because that thing could do a lot of damage. But he's still ahead of us on prizes, so if we're able to get another martial arts dojo, then we should be able to get the damage we need. Or he could not have a Charizard at all. That'd be great for us. No, he's just gonna go to Audino with Hearing. If it's your active, you get to draw a card. Okay. I've seen people use this as kind of a budget version of Jirachi, especially way back to when it was a $30+ card. Alright, since I'm seeing that this is a non-GX deck, I just want to get rid of his stadium, but the shrines aren't gonna do us very good. Go ahead and Lily for a full 6. Power Cyclone for way too much damage. Let's go ahead and attach that to the Ralts. And speaking of Ralts, we get another one. That's what I like to see. And there goes his Cynthia. Now, is he going to be able to get his Charizard this turn? As I said, if he does get out the Charizard, that is going to be a legit worry. But he is not. He is definitely not getting out his Charizard this turn. So it's Lily for 2 cards. Just draw. And we'll go ahead Power Cyclone for knockout. Skateboard. Man, so this guy just either has a very weirdly built deck, or he's just not drawing right this game. He was able to welder there. If he attaches one more from hand. Okay, so there's his Charizard. And yeah, it definitely is the team up one. Which again, that's a pretty good one. He might be able to one-shot me with the Entei, but he definitely wants the Charizard for it. So there goes Blaze Ball. I did all the 4 damage there because that thing's only at 130. We're definitely going to knock it out. Let's go ahead and get a Gallade. Evolve. Use our Rosa because we absolutely can. Alright, let's go ahead and get Gallade, Rare Candy, and our basic energy. Attach. Let's go ahead, Power Cyclone for the knockout. Move there. Oh, you know what I should have done? I probably should have attached it to the active. That way I would have still had an attack next turn, just in case. But he goes ahead and surrenders anyway. Yeah, we had him one way or another. Alright guys, so that concludes our first game here. Now we're going to go into our second round here, and I'm going to just fly off the back here, say that's a Malamar deck. Malamar with the Garchomp Giratina. Yeah, let's go with Tails. Dang. Watch me be wrong, though. But like, I just had a oh, we saw an Oracle. No! That is definitely not the Pokemon I want to start with. Oh, we do have an Skateboard in hand, so we might be able to make this work. I see an Esper there, so I'm most likely right. Okay, I think I did call it as a Malamar deck. But again, like we learned before, this is PCGO. We can still be very much surprised. So there's the forest, at least. Let's see here. Ear Kinesis. Definitely something we'll have to worry about eventually. So the kind of the earlier if I can take it out, the better. You went for a switch discard? Wondering what's in his hand that's so important that he had to get rid of his switch. This is definitely not something you want to start with. Like I said, Malamar, this is just like a tech attacker. And yep, there I go. Okay, this was Malamar. Not some very interesting other deck. Cherish Ball. Are we gonna see the Garchomp here? Alternate Grozma. Man, I just immediately went to Garchomp Giratina because that's like the new thing. Man, this guy's still very good. Especially if he's able to get long enough for his beast rings. And yeah, he's amazing. We'll go ahead and pitch one of our Curlias for a routes. Attach. Let's go ahead and draw one. Had that been a Mysterious Treasure, that would have been really good. I actually don't know if I want to switch or not. Well, first things first, let's go ahead and put down the Shrine. Because regardless, a 190 Dragon's not easy to one-shot for us. We can definitely two-shot it, but this is a Pokemon that can one-shot us right back easily, so any amount of help we can get towards the one-shot would just be great. Going for the Catterday. Poor guy. Cynthia. Rosa wouldn't have been so bad. But that would have had to, that would mean we would end up losing our Oricorio, which is also not good. Let's go for Stellar Wish. Yeah, let's go for Mysterious Treasure. Discard the Lily. Yeah, let's go for a Curlia. Done. He's almost to the point where we can one-shot him. Oh? GX doesn't have any damage counters on them. Both yours and opponent has no... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Did I literally just play right into his Mimikyu? Oh, you gotta be kidding. You gotta be joking with that right now. Let's go ahead and bring up the Ultra Necrozma. Taking a risk here, but we get drawn to the Gallade, we've got him. And there he goes. Knew we can do it. So we'll go ahead and Power Cyclone. Fortunately, we don't have our Diancie, so we weren't able to do the one-shot. But that's okay, because we've got him in a pretty bad spot right now. Next thing I'm going to have to knock out is that Mimikyu, if I can. Because I really want my Oricorio. Because honestly, with that thing there, the Oricorio is literally just a free 2 prizes from my opponent. Especially since my brilliant self decided to put down a Shrine of Punishment. It's one of the very few times where I wish I did run custom catcher so I could go ahead and pick off the Inkes. Well, that thing could just die on the bench. Goes his Giratina. Took a little while to get his Malamar out. With only one Psychic there. Alright, so we've pretty much got the Ultra Necrozma in the bag. Like, there's no way. There's no way his Ultra Necrozma is surviving. Honestly, I almost kind of hope he puts down another one. Just so we can Great Catcher it up, deal damage to that one, while still this one being knocked out on the bench. It looks like he's gonna go for everything with his Esper. So he can just Ear Kinesis my Oricorio. Attach return. And I'm not even going to Power Cycle, I'm just gonna pass. Don't want to lose an energy. Alright, so we get a spell tag. We get 2 spell tags. Okay. Alright, so if he can get the Esper set up, but can he switch? Because if he gets switch, he's definitely going to take a knock on our Oricorio here. I mean, the Oricorio is useless anyways because of this thing. But... okay, so he doesn't get it this turn. Good. So I basically just gave my opponent prizes. Stairs treasure? No, I don't need a stairs treasure. I need a rare candy. If we get top deck like any draw supporter or even a Rosa, like especially the Rosa, either one of those would be really good. So that's 180 he's gonna deal to the Oricorio. Note to self, consider possible bench barrier Mew tech for the future. I mean, it's not a bad car overall, but it's just in this one situation. Right, Mysterious Treasure for what I assume is going to be another Inkay. Yep, there we go. Or I was gonna think something else pretty crazy since he does have 2 Malamar. You just go ahead and put down another Ultra Necrozma. Or get a Jirachi. That works too. I just realized he's gonna go for the bench or the... Oh wait, I think he can only do the bench. Yeah. Okay, no, I was mistaken there for a second. He can only hit the bench. $180 coming straight from a little Esper. Esper's got game. Shoot. Oh no, we don't have a Curlia. Okay, so there's one Curlia. Did I get rid of my other one? Yes, I did. Oh no, I did. Oh. Oh, what's wrong with me? Then again, he can't really do anything to us this turn. Thank you, by the way, for helping me out. Should we tell him not too sure why my opponent decided to do that? Doesn't have a Giratina. Unless, oh, okay, unless that's how he's going to get rid of his Giratina. Okay, never mind. Yes, there was some merit for him playing that. Oh, he got an energy. Nice. Honestly, the Giratina would have been better, but an energy with an Acrobike's still pretty good. Especially with that deck. Now let's see, what's he gonna bench? Give goes Jirachi. What kind of busted things he gonna get? Ooh, that's like one of the perfect things he could have gotten right then and there. Now, what's he gonna get? Is it going to be the Giratina? Or is it gonna be another Ultra Necrozma? Nope, it's the Giratina. Alright, so he's gonna use Giratina to get. He's gonna pitch Reinforest. Distortion Door. Now he only has the one Psychic in there, so he's not gonna be able to knock us out with a Giratina. At least I don't think this turn. And the Esper's not gonna be able to knock out either one of these because Ear Kinesis does not apply weakness. He might just stall out for another turn with the Jirachi. Yep, that's exactly what he did. Let's go ahead and Pokemon Communication. Get her to Yancy. And get a Fighting Energy. Power Cyclone for knockout. And we get a Mysterious Treasure. Not what we need. Need supporters. I need draw. I don't need no Mysterious Treasure. I've got everything I need. If I can end up getting a Rosa. Please let me top deck a Rosa. What HP is that thing have? 60? Okay, so 2 spell tag will do it. Ooh. Ooh, I'm seeing all the spell tag possibilities. So that Shadow Impact's definitely gonna do it. There's a 4 there. And what I'll end up doing next turn is if this gets knocked out, I can just spread the spell tag a bit more. Do that, attach return. Stellar Wish. Arcane into the Gallade. And pass. So it looks like he'll end up getting a free knockout on our Jirachi, but that's alright. The question is, how is he going to play this? And also, what's in his hand? Because even though we did get Great Catcher in the game, and a lot of decks are supposed to be using that, decks like Malamar, I believe, do still play Custom Catcher. So he could still potentially mess up the prize pool a bit for us here, and knock out what he needs to knock out. But regardless, it's still looking pretty good for us. So bring you up. Better than him having stuff. Go ahead, power Cyclone. And now I can either knock out the next Pokemon he has for me, or hit, even if he does end up knocking me out, I could just put Spell Tag on Esper. So, we win. Unless this person is for some reason running a Lysander Labs in his deck, which I don't believe I've ever seen a Malamar run that. But if he is, that would be the only case where we'd be in some serious trouble. But since he is just a since Malamar is just a spell attack reliant as we are, I don't foresee that. But it is still very possible. And he decided to touch a Beast Energy to Jirachi. I suppose for retreat. Actually, it's fine. Because he just needed some way to retreat, and I guess he just didn't have the switch or the escape board. So that would be your next best option, and he's still going to want to Stellar Wish. Interesting. There goes the switch. And your Kinesis looks like he's actually going to go ahead and knock that out. Okay, so no matter what, the Esper was going down. And there was our last rare candy. Dang it. Alright. So we didn't see the matchups that this deck was specifically geared towards, but not really complaining overall because it is good to show that even though yes it is built to counter decks, it doesn't mean that it can only fight those decks. Like it's a meta counter deck that can hold its own against other things as well. So here's another look at the list here. And with that, guys, I hope you all really enjoyed this video here today. If you did, be sure to smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like and comment down below. And with that, everybody, I will see you all next time, and all of you, take care.